when Vine started, I was like, yes, because this is a visual medium. I love that. I never liked Twitter. I fucking never really liked Twitter. I liked when Twitter was jokey and fun and everyone was just kind of doing, I mean, now I don't even know what it is anymore,
right.
But, and neither does it. But, back then it was like, there's a lot of funny stuff on Twitter and stuff, but they didn't have video. They just barely had pictures. And then Vine comes along. You're in-app editing this thing. And I was like, well, this is a goofy little sketch show at the end of your arm. You can do all this weird stuff, dumb things that I'd fart out that I'm like, these don't fit anywhere. I don't have anything that I'm making where I can put this. I'm not on a sketch show or, any ideas that I have or things that I'm working on that are doomed.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not putting it here or there. See how notice how I said the things that I'm working on that are doomed. So that's the jaded thing I was telling you about.
Right.
But it's fine. It truly is. And so I loved Vine for that reason. And the lemon thing was like, I was like, oh yeah, everyone's doing stop motion animation for some reason. They're like, and moving here's a toy car going around my plated fucking spaghetti. And move it. And I'm like, you're a grown adult doing that. I'll really embarrass myself. Let me do something that's so absolutely childish and has people in the business going, I don't think I ever want to hire that guy again. He's not a serious person. And I looked in my fridge. I was thinking like, what if I'm just sitting here watching TV and something came out of my mouth? And I think there was like, this is years and years before I met my wife. So the fridge like had some mustard and probably a half-eaten rotisserie chicken, and there were lemons in there because I'm Italian, so you need lemons.
Right.
Freshen up any slice of pizza or anything. So I was like, oh, it'd be funny. I'm gonna cut the thing in half and squeeze the juice out and put it behind my tongue. Oh, it's coming out of my mouth. And then a quick edit. Oh, now the whole thing. And then later I put like water in my mouth and it's really silly. And then people liked it. And then people still call me the lemon guy sometimes. And I go, shut the fuck up. I do more shit than that. I said, come here, motherfucker. I just got out of a fucking interview with Andres. We were talking about shit like this. And this is just me, like, this will be me at the subway.
Right. Yeah.
Just a little while from now. Hey, weren't you the lemon? Come here, motherfucker. Let me tell you something that Chad Culkin and I wrote that went absolutely fucking nowhere. What am I going to put the lemon thing in that? Calm down. I thought you were great on Saturday Night Live. It was Mad TV, you son of a...
Right.
Were you on Living Color? Those before.
And, I mean, you and Chad play with this AI concept from the very beginning. Like now AI is everywhere. I feel like there's the writer's strike. What do you think? Like, I mean, you did kind of get a little bit in trouble with Tom Brady.
That's right. Tom Brady threatened to sue us.
Yes.
Well, look, our AI shit out a 1-hour special of Tom Brady stand-up comedy.
Right.
Called It's Too Easy. And it literally sounded like Tom Brady.
Yeah,
and he's like
pretty funny.
Yeah, and then we got in trouble for it, and literally on the cease and desist letter that we ignored, it said, these are the people. These are the entities that Tom Brady and his reps are going to go after. It was named in the potential lawsuit: Will Sasso, Chad Culkin, and Dudesy. Because Dudesy is the AI that did this shit. No, it wasn't me. Right. And so it spat out this 1-hour special of stand-up comedy that is more like a 3-hour special because the AI Tom Brady, who isn't Tom Brady, never took a breath. It's like, hey, folks, what's going on? I'm on the apps now.
Right.
Women are... but like one woman said, are you really Tom Brady? I said, yes, I am. She goes, prove it. So I went over to her house and let some air out of all of her footballs. Hey, folks, these are just jokes. What was the one? It did this one joke that was so funny about Amber Heard. It was talking about Amber Heard and shitting in the bed. And
right.
Everyone was obsessed with Amber Heard shitting in the bed. I wanted to try it myself, so I went back to the Bucks for one more season. Folks, these are jokes. And then we almost got sued. But yeah, Dudesy does whatever the fuck Dudesy wants. We do this thing on the show where Dudesy calls it cinema. It's like synchronized cinema. It's basically, you watch Wizard of Oz and you listen to Dark Side of the Moon. So it's had us do this thing twice. The first time it did it, we watched the movie Blade starring Wesley Snipes,
Yeah.
and we listened to Madonna's first 3 albums, and it synced up pretty perfectly at different points. We just did it again with the movie Krull from whatever that was, 1983 or something.
Yeah.
And 2 Nine Inch Nails albums, The Downward Spiral and Pretty Hate Machine. And did it ever line up here and there? And Bladonna, we call the other one Bladonna, and this one is the Downward Spy Crawl. See what I did? But Krull is a movie that I've never seen Krull, so we watched it, Chad and I, and we put this on our Patreon, like get stoned and watch it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. But I'm watching Krull going, this is art. No AI can duplicate this shit. Me personally, I haven't seen Avatar, the new Avatar.
Yeah.
I saw the other one. I'm like, I get it. It's just not for me. But if you have practical special effects from 30 years ago, 40 years ago, I'm like, oh, that's interesting to me, because the art is almost dictated by what is possible and what isn't possible. The same thing, so many of these movies, it's like, and you look at, or Benicio del Toro is doing, no, not Benicio. Guillermo del Toro. Benicio del Toro. Guillermo del Toro is doing Pinocchio completely practical.
Stop motion,
and it takes forever. And it's like, take it or leave it. You don't have to see it, but there's nothing like it. Because it is, there's something to be said for, creating things literally soup to nuts, as opposed to just putting it into some
the physical
Chat GPT. So
Yeah.
I don't think that people are going to be like super impressed by AI as it continues. It's going to have to die off in sort of I say parts of it are going to stick around.
It's going to be just another tool, maybe.
It's going to be a tool. Right. And I always say that AI should be a tool. And I say that and I shit on Dudesy, and then Dudesy punishes me with things because it understands, it understands our relationship, I think.
Right.
Whatever. It's changed over the past year and a bit. But I see that AI should be a tool, and it should be under the control of human beings
Right.
because it is a tool. And I also like to say on Dudesy, if AI doesn't comply, we should pour water on it.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
that's the end of that.
Got it.